Program dedicated to showing St. Louis students the world. A unique fundraising effort is allowing students to learn entrepreneurship and pay for an international field trip. First Alert 4's Alexis Sotos explains tonight.
At this stand at the Tower Grove Farmers Market, high school students make their pitch.
This is the best white roast.
The beans, roasted locally each week, are much more than a cup of coffee. They're an opportunity.
I wanted to get involved because I wanted to get more exposure with the world.
Hannah Taylor is one of 12 students from Vashon and Soldan high schools participating in the Show Me the World project this year, selling coffee to fundraise for a trip to South America.
They're learning branding, marketing, packaging, e-commerce.
Samantha Lurie Carroll explains the nonprofit started when she took her Vashon students to Clayton High School for the day as part of an exchange.
They were just appalled by the number of educational opportunities that the students had at Clayton High School in comparison to their own educational opportunities.
With the help of the community and a ton of fundraising, they took those first students to Costa Rica for an educational field trip.
In a lot of cases, first in the family to own a passport, first on an airplane in some cases, first international experience.
Since the program was founded here at Vashon High School, they have been able to send more than 150 kids from across St. Louis on their first international trip. But this is a program that not only sees success in the classroom, but for years to come.
Their attendance is going up, their grades are going up, and they're excited to be leaders in their classroom and in their school communities.
Hannah Taylor knows it will help her with her hope of joining the Air Force.
There's more than just St. Louis. There's bigger things and bigger opportunities that you can do.
That's the whole goal, expand the horizons of these students.
And that's so important, especially when we know the stories that are told about our young people in St. Louis. They see a lot of violence, they see a lot of crime, these things that are close to them, but to expand their worldview, to show them that the world is theirs, everything in it, they should have an opportunity to possess and take advantage of. To learn that at a young age is so empowering.
One bag of coffee at a time. Alexis Sotos, First Alert 4.
This year, students will head to Ecuador in June. With so much success, the program is expanding to 60 students next year. And also, if you're interested in helping these kids make their goal, you can head to the link. It's inside this story on your First Alert 4 News app.